Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here with a WWE Stomping Grounds review. Now, hopefully you guys like the new layout, the new setup. I'm going to try and use this going forward with doing our videos, so let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section, in the chat box as well. Also, got to give a quick shout out to Brainbuster Radio. So if you guys are watching, make sure you guys support me on Brainbuster Radio. Just had an excellent interview with Nese from the Swerve City podcast. Chris, Connor, Rob, Steve, what is going on, guys? I see you in the chat. All your stuff is popping up. You guys have your own box now. I'm trying to do right here for everybody. But we're here to talk about WWE Stomping Grounds. But first, let's talk about how you guys can help out the channel. We are at 405. We are still chasing 500. It is doable. We have 2 WWE pay-per-views. We have a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. We've got some New Japan stuff coming up. Let's try to get that to 500. Tell your friends who like pro wrestling to come in here and show some love to Everything Pro Wrestling. Other than that, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. Click that like button right now. You can elbow drop it. You can stone cold stunner it. Whatever you want to do, click the like button. And if you guys are watching this after the fact, leave a comment on the video. But enough jibber jabbering. Let's get into this show. I really want to hear what the chat thought of a lot of this stuff. Let's get into it. Original Biggie, what is up, sir? I see you in the chat. All right. So we're going to start the show off with the tagline. I'm here to kick ass and take names. If I heard that one more time, I was going to lose it, man. You know Vince wrote that line. Had to. They overdid it. The pay-per-view, though, was live in Tacoma, Washington. The arena, I saw a picture. I don't know how accurate it was because it looked like it was before the event. Shout out to Chris Johnson, who just subscribed. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, brother. Make sure you're giving your feedback in here, Chris. I see what you wrote about the pay-per-view overall already. But they had the arena taped off. So basically the hard camera side where all the action is shot, they said that there was nobody in that section at all. So it looked like a full arena if you're looking from the camera side, but it wasn't. Ticket sales were not good for this event. And it's not hard to see why for what WWE's been producing lately. But hey, it's what happens, right? The crowd weren't plants, Connor. The crowd was real people, but they lowered the prices. Basically, if I told you a ticket's $50 for everybody, and then I say, you know what, Connor, I'll give you 2 tickets for $30, that's not plants. That's just, okay, well, that's a better deal, so I'll take it. Downgraded Backlash, Original Biggie says. I'm not going to go that far. I'll be honest about it. So the Tacoma people were here. Tacoma is also known as the place where they tried to start WCW back up with WWE, with Booker T and Buff Bagwell and all that drama. So keep it in mind. We start off the show with the kickoff match. We had the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. We had Tony Nese versus Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa. This match looked decent. They did what they had to do in this one. 205 Live, I feel like, is in desperate need of some oomph, some added stuff to it. Not that Tony Nese has been a bad champion. They went with him. I'm just interested in seeing what else Tony Nese can do. I don't know. Maybe he needs a little bit more time. We'll see. But in this match, my prediction was Drew Gulak to pick up the victory for this one. Drew Gulak did a hell of a job in this match, applying lots of submission holds, doing his thing. And Akira Tozawa is not bad. I'm surprised that he is not featured more often. Hell of a competitor. These guys went in, gave it their all. They had some flubs in between, but it's a triple threat match. Things get clunky. In the end, though, Tony Nese was not pinned. Akira Tozawa was. Drew Gulak hits the torture rack into a neck breaker for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. We have a new Cruiserweight champion. My man Drew Gulak hits the torture rack neck breaker for the win. I gave it a grade of a C+. What were you guys thinking here? Oh, man. I feel like they waited too long. Are you talking about Drew Gulak? They waited too long to give Drew the title. They need to get rid of the Authority storyline. Played out 10 years ago. Steve says Drew should have won it when 205 Live started. You know what? I think Drew Gulak's been doing his thing, though, down in NXT. He put over Kushida. Drew Gulak's been a good hand. I think he's someone who will be a future PC coach if you play everything right. So Drew Gulak deserves this run. Me too, Original Biggie. I'm happy for him. I gave this a grade of a C+. Thought it was good. Let's get into the main card, though, guys. The Raw Women's title match. Becky Lynch versus the Harlot, as Original Biggie in the chat has dubbed her, Lacey Evans. Very, very different kind of match. So basically, I went into this looking to see, has Lacey Evans improved? Is she where she needs to be? Because on Monday, I thought she cut a good promo. She's getting better, but I don't know if she's where she needs to be at this point. So Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans opens up the pay-per-view show. I saw some people on Twitter talking about, oh, look at how far she's fallen, etc., etc. I mean, I don't see any issue with what's happened with Becky Lynch. She's done her thing. I mean, she's fine. She's just slowed down because Ronda's not there. They're trying to find credible opponents for that aren't Charlotte, and you got to build up this roster a little bit more to get that. So, Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, okay match. We saw some flubs, some botches. I feel like Lacey Evans is, I don't want to say this because I'm not a pro wrestler, but I feel she's a little bit clumsy in the ring, you know? And I just mean in general, like tripping, little things like that. So, that's just something that she'll just have to work on, making sure she gets tight at the house shows. Rob said he wanted Tozawa to win, but already had it. Lacey sucks. Good character, but bad wrestler right now. King says it was okay. PR Nightmare, what is going on, fellas? Glad to see you guys in here. DP, what's up, brother? Okay, match. In this match, we did see a mandible claw by Becky Lynch, which was kind of a tribute to Mick Foley. I thought it was pretty dope that she busted out the mandible claw and stuffed Lacey Evans' handkerchief down her throat as well. Very unsanitary. So during this match, we know what we were getting towards. She ended up putting her in an armbar. Lacey tries to roll over. Becky puts her in the disarmer. Lacey taps out with the quickness. Becky Lynch is still your Raw Women's Champion. I thought this was a C- match. Not D level, but they did all right. They did what they had to do for it. Hey, Zeus, what's up, brother? I see you in here. Good to see you guys in. Like I said in the beginning, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. Tell me what you guys think of the layout. Do you guys like this? Is it better? Let me know. Let me know what you guys are thinking. After that match, though, we got a really cool promo by Mustafa Ali. I like this. It came off maybe as cheesy to some, but Mustafa Ali was getting his character over about being the light, and he kind of was reading a poem in the background. You see Mustafa Ali proceeding forward, doing his stuff, walking around, getting his things in. And he's just talking about doing right. He's a classic babyface. And Mustafa Ali is a hard person to hate if you've ever followed him on Twitter. Always good, always responds back respectfully. I like Mustafa Ali, so good for him. And I'm glad that he got a promo here. I feel like he's kind of been missing in action lately, so good to see Mustafa Ali. We saw some dealings with Corbin and Heyman. Don't know why they even filmed that. I mean, they did some stuff where Heyman was in his locker room. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you guys now, spoiler alert, this did not amount to anything. I don't understand what the purpose of it was, what they were trying to do. Wasn't the greatest. Mao Wrestling says, these vignettes reminded me of the ones from AEW and NWA. I agree, Mao. That's a good point. Good point. Chris Johnson says, Mustafa Ali is an amazing guy. Go read about his real life. For sure. Layout looking slick, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Ali has great potential to be a great top star, no doubt. People believe, man. I like Ali. Let's get to the next match, though. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Big E and Xavier Woods. This was the first match that really caught my attention that I was like, okay, this is a good match here. They came in right off the rip. They were jacking Xavier Woods up, bro. Knocked Big E down. Xavier Woods was eating swanton bombs. Not a haluva kick. The Blue Thunder bomb. He was just getting super kicked. They jacked Xavier Woods up from get-go. And they did what they had to do. I am seeing WWE are trolls. I thought Brock was going to be the special guest ref. Ali was supposed to run a Muslim heel gimmick when they recruited him. Ali's vignettes should be professionally produced. They're more enjoyable looking at amateurish. Oh, shouldn't be professionally produced. Yeah, I can agree with that. I like the gritty look sometimes in pro wrestling. We need more of that. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, though, they come in, like I said, hell on wheels. They're beating the crap out of Xavier. Big E finally gets into the match. They start going back and forth. Crazy moves that were hitting this. Big E gets the hot tag. A move that really impressed me, and it was when Xavier got down and picked up Big E on his shoulders and then slammed Big E on top of Sami Zayn, I believe it was. Amazing strength by Xavier Woods. Not given enough credit for how strong that dude is. They had a couple close moments. They teased some moves. Another good move was when Xavier Woods, they were setting up the up, down, down, and Xavier's up top. They shoved Big E into the post, and then when Woods jumped off for it, Sami Zayn landed a boot right on the chin. Perfect, but that was not enough for the victory. Kevin Owens ends up going back and forth in the ring with Xavier, and Big E takes out Sami Zayn with his spear to the apron. We've talked about this. He should not be doing that spear from the apron landing on his shoulder. Just, you can't do that, bro. You're going to break your shoulder eventually. I thought he may have on this. I just fear it, man. I would never do that move. So afterwards, he hits that move, and in the ring, Xavier Woods eats the stunner. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn needed that victory, though, really badly. It felt really good to see them get the dub. They were celebrating. I gave this a B-. Really good match. Solid work here. I loved it. It looks like everyone else is Canadian badasses. The electric chair. Thank you, PR Nightmare. That was a good-ass match. Jesus says, good match. Great match from King. That's high praise right there. I liked it. So, I was doing great. 3 for 3 on my predictions at that point. And then we get to the U.S. title match. We had Samoa Joe defending his belt against Ricochet here. Another solid match. You go in there, you saw all the things you expected. Ricochet doing his flips. In his entrance, I don't know if anyone caught this, but Ricochet bounced off the ropes and he actually messed up the flip he was doing backwards. So then he did a flip afterwards, though, when he got up on the thing to make good for the crowd. The crowd was impressed, so good job, Ricochet, for that. So Ricochet and Samoa Joe, they're in the ring, battling it out. Really good match, back and forth. I want to hear what you guys thought about it, though. I would much rather read what you guys thought. Ricochet eventually gets Samoa Joe down. They tease this clothesline. Ricochet ends up ducking underneath it, even though it looked like he got flipped over. And he hits his one knee code breaker, knocks Joe out. 6:30, 1, 2, 3. Ricochet is your new United States champion. Another good match. Let's see what we got here. I popped after this match. B+ match in my opinion. I gave it a B-. I popped after this match. Yes, it reminded me of the first Sin Cara. Oh, Mile Wrestling. Don't make me laugh on the stream, bro. King says match of the night. Chris Johnson says anything with Ricochet is an A in my opinion. Knew he was going to win, but didn't want him to. Joe deserves better. I agree, Rob, on that. Maybe this is going to lead to Joe being put in more of a main event scene, though, too. We don't know yet. Ricochet, as United States champion, could do great things with the title. I guess Vince and the WWE listened and fixed the Ricochet misused buried stuff. Jesus says. Good stuff here. Not bad. It was a good match, but I can't take Joe serious. Obi-Wan, you said that in the group. Why did you say that in the Facebook group? Let me know. I am curious to know why you said that Joe can't be taken serious. I gave this match a B. A B-, for it. It was good. It had its slow points in it, but Joe slowing down Ricochet, I think, made it better, too. It gave Ricochet more time to do stuff. I liked it. B- is not bad, guys, so trust me. B- for this match. The 6:30 was great, and this leads me to wonder, so is this going to lead to Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio? If you guys saw it in Lucha Underground, we did see Prince Puma fight Rey Mysterio, and it was a really good match. Maybe once Rey comes back from injury, maybe this is a match we see for SummerSlam, where I will be live in attendance, so WWE, give us that match. I think that would be really dope, though. They could do a lot with that. So, B- for that match. And After the match, we see a different kind of camera scene too. Joe move up to main event. I would like to see that. Joe versus Dominic at Extreme Rules. I still must have my moment. He must choke him out once Rey gets back. Maybe the number one contendership match. Prince Puma FTW. That's right, Chris Johnson. He knows about Lucha. I'm going to get to that, King. Trust me. When it pops up for it. So afterwards, we go backstage into the gorilla position. So this is back where people come through the curtain and you see him celebrating with the likes of, we saw Charlotte back there. We saw Heavy Machinery. People were back there. Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder. A bunch of people were there to congratulate him. And then Triple H showed up. This got a huge pop. I think the fans really liked it. So he won the title. Triple H kind of gives him the dad hug, and they gave him some slaps on the face. I was like, all right, bro, enough with the slaps on the face. He was like, good job, kid. Good job. So he gave him a bunch of slaps on the face. Really cool stuff. I think the fans liked the NXT vibe they got from that. So that's something positive for WWE to do maybe in the future with somebody else. Triple H was seen as a major pop. Agreed. Let's get to the SmackDown Live tag titles. We had Heavy Machinery versus Team Captain Planet, Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the current champs. Daniel Bryan's hometown went nuts for this dude, man. Home state, I should say, not hometown. Because he is not from Tacoma, Washington. But he's from Aberdeen. But Daniel Bryan went out there and the fans cheered him. We heard some of the most ridiculous. I heard chants about Priuses. We recycle. The fans were going nuts, and they did their thing on this. Daniel Bryan absolutely was over. He played his heel role perfectly. Daniel Bryan is one of the best in the company, man. He does not get shown enough respect, in my opinion, for it. Good stuff in this match. Heavy Machinery. Daniel Bryan really brought out the best in them. I think he tired out Otis too a couple times. I think he made him gassed. So they did good here. PR Nightmare says maybe. We'll get into it. In this match, dude, we saw Tucker do a moonsault. Big Tucky. He went and did a moonsault there. So that was very different. And we saw Otis do all of his stuff. Otis was not as over as people would have liked. But I think if this was in any other city, any other state, Otis would have been over. But they didn't go for it. And in the end, Daniel Bryan wins with a small package. 1, 2, 3. I thought this was another excellent tag team match. Tag team wrestling was on point on this show, for the record. B- for me for this match. I thought they did a hell of a job making Heavy Machinery look like credible threats to the tag titles. Bryan and Rowan sneak out to live for another day, and I think they are an excellent team to be the tag team champions right now. Let's get back to, I didn't know Bryan lived in Tacoma. He does not live in Tacoma. Bryan lives in Aberdeen. I corrected myself. My apologies, Mile Wrestling. Chris Johnson, I want a Heavy Machinery win, but Bryan's home state. I really like Joe. He deserves better, but if WWE is serious with Joe committing to him being the champion, yeah, WWE's got to put a little bit more, but he's older too. Mr. Floodwater coming in talking about stakes and weights. Tucker is a badass. I'm happy for Daniel Bryan. B-, BBB. All right, so we're all on the same page so far with this card, right? Let's talk about the SmackDown Live Women's title. Had Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Nikki Cross in Alexa Bliss's corner. This was a basic match. I really wasn't too impressed with it. Here's the thing, man. Let's be honest with it. I don't like the fact that Alexa Bliss is getting title shots for no reason at this point. And when I say for no reason, I'm not disrespecting Alexa Bliss like, oh, she's horrible. And here's the problem. Storyline continuity. Alexa Bliss has not taken bumps. The other girls have been. So how is she getting a title shot before? Maybe Bliss is just ratings, because as you can see, Steve in the chat put Alexa Bliss. He's got hard eyes everywhere. People love Alexa Bliss. And I'm not here to say like, oh, she's not lovable, people don't care about her. But Alexa Bliss should not be in this title match. And we're going to go over the brand split is dead shit. Dude, the brand split is gone. We have a Raw superstar challenging for a SmackDown title. What is going on? This is a slap to the face to anybody who believes there's still a brand split. End the brand split if you're not going to commit to it. That's just how I feel about it at this point. So they went in, they did their stuff in this match. Alexa Bliss had a vicious line too on Raw that I forgot to bring up when I reviewed the show about Bayley being a placeholder in NXT and now she's just nothing on the main roster. That was harsh. They definitely highlighted that in this video. Whoever wrote that, that was a stinger. So Nikki Cross ends up like interfering in this match at some point, just like I had predicted on my preview on the podcast, and she ends up like interfering in the match. Alexa Bliss gets distracted. She goes for Twisted Bliss. Bayley gets the knees up, hits the belly to Bayley. 1, 2, 3. Bayley is still your SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I gave this a grade of a C. It was a decent match, just not anything that was like, yeah. Original Biggie, what brand split? You remember the video. Nikki Cross needs to go back to Nikki Wants to Play. I don't think they're going to let her do that, though. Bliss gets over because she's the hot blonde with the body. Jesus looks like he agrees with that. Bliss plays her character perfect, but is average at best in the ring, Robert says. All right, touche. This leads to a backstage segment, guys. We get to see the Club, who ends up interrupting Ricochet, who is posing with his title belt, taking the pictures, the grandiose, and Ricochet's there smiling. And they're like, yeah, throw up the 2 sweet. Ricochet looks kind of offended, like, hey, get out of here, guys. And then here comes AJ Styles. And AJ Styles says, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. And they take a picture with him, and then he says, we'll see you tomorrow. So Monday Night Raw teased already. Maybe we're going to see AJ Styles versus Ricochet. What do you guys think of the potential matchup? Steve says ratings, bro. You're probably right about that one. At least Bayley won against Bliss finally. That's true, Obi-Wan. But what do you guys think? AJ Styles and Ricochet, is that a matchup, or is it Rey and Ricochet? What's the money match for SummerSlam for you guys right now? AJ is going to call out Ricochet. Chris Johnson says, oh, Floodwater says AJ's going heel. Jesus says it's good for him. He likes it. Man, they need to let the Club run wild. I don't know if they're going to do that. I'm going to grab a drink of water real quick. All right, next match. Let's talk about Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Now, I know you guys, if you've been watching me for quite some time, you know I've been telling you, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre is a match that you want to see. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre can deliver on the big stage, and I felt like they did here. Drew McIntyre had Shane McMahon in his corner. This was a decent battle. They had some really good spots in here. I missed a little bit of the beginning, trying to wash some clothes for work tomorrow, etc. And I heard that Roman did like a dive to the outside. Shane got involved. He had to eat some Superman punches. We saw that wheelbarrow where Drew has your legs and he like Alabama slams you reverse. And he slammed Roman Reigns' face onto the table. Bro, absolutely looked like it sucked. It looked horrible for him. We be clubbing. Wait a minute. Jesus said he likes something that's unheard of. They do great in the ring. WTF, Shane can beat Roman, but Drew can't. Drew McIntyre is the man, not Roman. I like Drew a lot. Drew McIntyre did his thing in this match. Shane got involved, ate some Superman punches, like I said. He hits a coast to coast. Roman was kicking out. Good back and forth battle. I really thought this was a good match. Some people did not like the slow pacing in a group I'm part of on Twitter, but I disagreed with it. I thought this was really well done. Afterwards, Shane gets thrown out. Roman bounces off the ropes, hits Drew with the spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns, the big dog, ends up picking up the victory. That was just me making fun of Michael Cole. B- once again for that match. I'm not going to put it over. I originally had it at a B, but I'm going to go with B- for it. Some people in this chat look like they are tired of Shane McMahon. Foul says this looks great. Thank you, Foul. This is exactly what I want you to see. Shout out to Foul. I was definitely in his watch along live stream before earlier. Chris Matthews, what is up, brother? Good to see you in here, man. What's going on? If you guys haven't, make sure you leave a like on the video and click that subscribe button. I see people coming in and out. I appreciate it, guys. What is it about Roman that still cools people off? And don't give me that shove down our throats bullshit. I hear you, Rob, on that. I don't have an issue with Roman. I think Roman puts on good matches. He's been in the mid card. There's nothing really to complain about. Maybe minus the whole he appears on Raw every week. But Drew and Roman need to end. I feel like they may carry this out until at least Extreme Rules. We're gonna have to see tomorrow, because we'll get into that after the cage match. Let's talk about the cage match first. WWE Championship was on the line. Steel cage match. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Dolph and Kofi have both said it. They fought each other 500 million times, they feel like, so they know each other very well. The announce team ruined this match in the beginning, in my opinion, by saying Kofi Kingston has never won a steel cage match. That is code for Kofi Kingston is going to win his first steel cage match, in my opinion. In this match, my favorite moment was where Kofi was up top and Ziggler was starting to get up, and Kofi knew he was not going to be able to pull himself up over fast enough, so he dropped down onto the ropes and then did a reverse springboard onto Dolph Ziggler for a near fall. Kofi, super athletic, held it down in this match. These two are both phenomenal athletes. Rob has said it best, dude. My Dolph Ziggler story with Rob goes back to, I think it was the second ever Smackdown Live, where Dolph Ziggler became #1 contender for Dean Ambrose's WWE Championship for SummerSlam. And when Dolph Ziggler won, some people were happy, and my man Rob in the chat, 89 ESR, he said, "Who gives a shit about Dolph Ziggler?" And it's true. Ever since then, man, nobody cares about Dolph Ziggler. I have lost all hope and passion for him since that day. So I blame Robert for my Dolph Ziggler, like, meh feeling. But it's so true, though. Dolph never wins. He never gets the big break. He's just the guy that's always just there, and then he whines and complains about it. It should have been me. Whatever, Dolph. So he did good in this match, though. So the finish, Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler. Kofi's down. Ziggler's trying to climb out the cage. They open the door for him. Ziggler's feet, he's going out face first. Kofi ends up diving out over him through the ropes, and he ends up winning the cage match over Dolph Ziggler. Never seen a finish like that, so hats off to WWE for a unique finish. They did a lot of good stuff in here. They tried to work body parts and stuff. This was better than their match at the Super Showdown or Super Letdown, whatever you want to call it. I gave this another B-. As you guys can hear, this is the B- show. Rob put Dolph sleeps. Dude, he has not impressed me since they broke up the Shield the first time. Boring matches, promos, etc. He does nothing for me. I assume that's about Roman Reigns, Jesus. I disagree with that. He needs to wrestle off to NJPW or AEW. Kofi did it nicely. I liked it. Kofi champion forever. Yeah, his character equals anchovies on pizza. Ooh. Dang, Steve, that's harsh. Why is Dolph still in WWE? He likes that paycheck, bro. Can't blame the man. That's what he wants to do. That's Dolph. Super letdown. I love it. When he climbs the cage in a leg lock was nice. Yeah, that was dope too. He was pulling himself up, but at the same time, once your leg was up there, I'm like, why don't you just kick him? Cage matches are weird sometimes with it. Mao says that the finish was good, but I just don't care about Dolph's matches or promos anymore. Mao, I agree, bro. Mao, make sure you subscribe, bro. You seem like you fit along with us very well, bro. So let's talk about this. So afterwards, we get a promo backstage. Drew slamming stuff because he's pissed he lost. And Shane McMahon and Drew have set it up where they told the cameraman, come here. They grabbed the camera, and Shane says that tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, it's going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. This is like Booker T and Shane versus The Rock. This is the exact similar kind of storyline. Exact same storyline, mostly. So Shane McMahon and his new guy, Drew McIntyre, are going to face Roman Reigns. They're going to be on there to try to take him out, and this is going to lead to some type of match at Extreme Rules, whether it's against both of them or it'll be against just Shane in some type of Extreme Rules match to where Roman could take him out for a little bit and get him off TV, maybe. Potential is there for that one. Let's get into the main event match of the evening here. Kofi loses that belt to Shane at SummerSlam. Please don't say that. Not wrong. Ziggler's been buried too much to care about him. Kofi, laugh out loud if Shane beats Kofi. You guys, never was a fan of Ziggler. Already sub, bro. Thank you, Mal. Chris, well, my Raw hiatus is going to be a little longer. Oh, man. So, Universal Championship match, special guest ref, Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins. We know the setup for this, guys. We know how everything happened. The fans were not feeling this at all. Baron Corbin and Rollins come out. Who's the guest referee? None other than Lacey Evans. He picked Seth Rollins' girlfriend's enemy at the time. So was Lacey going to call it right down the middle like Bill Alfonso? Probably not. So the crowd chants during this. We heard, "This is stupid," AEW, CM Punk, and I think I heard a boring chant, like Stone Cold Lance Storm, boring. So we saw a lot of crap going on in this match that people were not feeling it. Live chat, tell me what you thought of this match, because a lot of people are, yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. I bet you that's tomorrow's main event tomorrow night, Jesus, that you just wrote on there. Yep, everybody's calling it. I like Baron's pick, advances storylines. Okay, Rob. Equal lefts for women's rights. Original Biggie, stop it. Awful chant, yep. They dropped the ball after the match, yep. They should have chanted WCW. Mao, come on, bro. WWE needs intergender matches. Save that for after, Flood. We'll get into it in 1 second. So Lacey was the guest referee. They do the whole teasing thing of she's not gonna count. Is she gonna count? The match really builds up when Rollins gets into her face after she didn't count when he clearly had it won after the frog splash. Slaps across the face from Lacey Evans, and then when Rollins turned around, she hits him with a low blow. We saw end of days until the man, Becky Lynch, runs down. This was also very predictable. I think anybody who's watched wrestling long enough knew exactly what we were going to see here. They come out, they do their thing, they start scuffling. She gets a Bexploder into the barricade on the outside. She's down. Corbin then tells another ref to get in here and count for him. As soon as he goes for the end of days again, Rollins rolls through it, kicks him in the gut. Baron Corbin's down, eats a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Rollins retains. He's got his lady by his side. He's the knight who slayed the dragon, saved the girl. His girl's with him. Actually, the man saved him, more like it, you know? And after the match, I did like the little... she holds the ropes open for him, you know, Macho Man Miss Elizabeth style, made Rollins look like Miss Elizabeth, whatever, however you want to take that. But it was good stuff, I thought. Lacey and Corbin just need to go away. You guys are mean. What's up, Zero? Didn't even watch the show. I just came here to see if it's worth it. I think the show has some good matches on it, but it's not any... All right, look. So this match gets a C. Overall show grade, I'm going with a C+ for it. I thought that they had some good matches on here. Some of them advanced things. Some of them did stuff a little bit better. But this is all leading up to Extreme Rules. We're on the road to SummerSlam, so they're going to try and do some things. Is it a can't miss show? You can miss it. It's not a big deal. But if you guys wanted to, go and check out a couple of the matches. The ones I put B- next to, those were decent, I thought. Steve says solid C for it. I think we had enough B's on here that I'm giving it the C+. I want to see them do better. This is the second time WWE did better this week, so I got to give them their props. Still no Bray. C-, too predictable. Predictable's not bad, Chris. I always said predictable is not always bad, because sometimes you can mess up some stuff by trying to not be predictable. Chris says good to know. So we basically saw things and matches tonight that could have been in WWE games. You got that right, Biggie. I saw your tweets. DP says he'll give it a B-. Yeah, it was close. I almost wanted to, but the C's and all those few matches I talked about, C's were in the way. C felt like an in-your-house show? Maybe. Bray is coming. Yes, I know a lot of people thought Bray Wyatt was going to show up on this show, but he did not. He did not. We just have to let him in. Don't be weird now. Everyone's going to be in here wondering what the hell is going on. But we will be back tomorrow night for a Raw review. We should be on after it goes off the air. I don't know how long it'll be. And Flood talked about cash-ins. When is Brock cashing in? I think they're using that as their ace in the hole, in my opinion. WWE pay-per-views are shitty because they are flooding us with them because of the network. There's no good build-up. Jesus is chanting AEW. Yes, so if you guys are in here and you haven't already, do me a favor, guys. Please leave a like on the video. If you have not subscribed to the podcast, you guys see the goal right there. Help a brother out, man. I'm 81.20 there. I need to get to 500, man. I want it to happen. What's up, B-Boy Skyline? I see you in here. Sometime later this year, yes. PR Nightmare, I followed the buzzards. It snapped its neck. ROH Best in the World next week. Looking forward to seeing it. We got a lot of pay-per-views next week, bro. We got ROH, I think, is Impact's next week? No, Impact's is in July. I'm sorry. So I got another week before. That's 2 weeks. So next week we're going to have Ring of Honor review. And then we're going to also have AEW Fighter Fest review. Maybe Rob can come on and do that one with me. I don't know what his schedule is looking like, but we'll see what happens with it. I hope you guys are enjoying all of this. Like I said, it's been awesome to have you guys in here. I hope you guys like the new graphics. Spend a little bit of money trying to make this stuff work. Hopefully it gets better. I know I got the baby on the way. I need to spruce stuff up, make it look a little bit nicer. I don't have time to do all of the ones I was doing before. So hopefully you guys like it. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It's all down here now. You guys can see the graphic for it. G1, yes. I will be doing a roundtable for Brainbuster Radio. We're having G1 week. Make sure you guys check it out. Bobby on EPW. Thank you guys. Real quick, I'm going to Chicago August 31st. A friend of mine was able to buy tickets. Good. Have fun, Connor, at AEW. Have Hulu, not the same. Like to talk on here after. Yeah, always, man. Come on in. DP says loving the graphics. Obi-Wan says thank you, sir. Yes. Make sure you guys subscribe to each other. Show love to each other, man. This is my WWE Stomping Ground review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to throw some love to the chat here real quick before we get ready to go. So first, we got to leave my my usual. I don't know why it does not save the color of whatever I want it to be. So throw you guys some two sweets in here. File, thank you. Let's see who was all in here. Little quick roll call before we get out. Rob 89 ESR, thank you, one of my mods in here. This black guy, aka Steve, thank you, sir. Chris Johnson, welcome to EPW, sir. I appreciate you. Connor Knows Wrestling, show him some love. Obi-Wan, YouTuber as well, does stuff on WWE video games. We'll be talking about WWE 2K20 sooner than you know, folks. We had also PR Nightmare, my man King 1993. He show him some love too. Always knows what he's talking about. I'm sure he'll be in here for the Raw review tomorrow. Mao Wrestling. I'm so glad you got to join us, Mao. Appreciate you, man. Who else? We had Chris Johnson, Obi-Wan, King. We mentioned all these guys. There was a little bit. We have Foul Original and Mr. Floodwater in here. Shout out to Flood. Thank you for joining me, Foul. Love the YouTube stuff, bro. Me and Foul collab sometimes, so make sure you guys check out his channel as well. He's almost at 2K subscribers. Had lots of other people in here. Chris Matthews, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate you as well, good sir. My man Zero showed up in here at the end. My man B-Boy Skyline, one of the best dancers I know. Goober 316 fell asleep during the pay-per-view. Goober, make sure you rewind this back, brother. Leave a like on it and show me some love. Yo, Steve, what are you doing to me? Funny, man. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you guys subscribe if you like it. We'll be back tomorrow with a Monday Night Raw review as soon as the show is over. Have the same setup. Well, it'll be a little bit different, but thank you guys so much. EPW, I love you. We're out. Peace.